Hey guys, it's Gripwerx. So this is gonna be like kind of a short video, but I just want to give my FIFA 20 opinions. The game's not out yet, but I did receive last week the closed beta, and just to kind of send back my remarks and my feedback to EA about the bugs, maybe glitches, things that wasn't working, things that I didn't think that maybe was too appealing. I don't think they're gonna change the game based off all of our reviews, but I think they're just going to try to fix the minor bugs that we were all experiencing during gameplay, during cutscenes, and we're going to dive into everything I got to do on this closed beta and everything I did not get to do on this closed beta. What I received from EA on the closed beta access was just specifically of the Volta experience and the kickoff. We all know what kickoff is. It's just, you pick your two teams. I played two matches in that just to see how the gaming physics of that differed from the Volta experience, and there was a difference, so I might, well, not might, but I'm going to leave a few comments about that regarding, like, it would be nice to have or be able to do what you can do in Volta, in the street ball world into your career mode experience. Now, I did not get to play the career mode, obviously, as I just mentioned, but from what I read through the comments, that seemed really fine. The manager mode seemed more in depth. I think the only negative comments that I read were they wanted more customizable hair, they wanted to be able to change the clothes, which I think if everyone else saw the post that EA gave early on, maybe like a few weeks ago, it just showed a brief description of, the different type of managers you can do and all that with the lady addition to the manager mode. No one said anything really about, being able to play as a customizable character, which I feel like is going to be the Volta experience going into that character. I could be wrong. We'll find out, in a few weeks. But going back to the Volta, it was pretty neat. The physics of the game itself, the AI's movement, your movement, the passing capabilities. They did take FIFA Street. Now, FIFA Street was really off the walls. Like, you can do a lot of things really quickly. But they did incorporate that fully into the FIFA, the regular FIFA genre. And I think that was a really good addition. Wasn't expecting that. Well, obviously before, they sent out the trailers of the Volta and all that stuff. But now after playing it, I definitely agree with it. I do like it. It is enjoyable. It's probably going to have a lot of you guys sitting through it. I'm hoping that what it does for your character that you get to customize is that it helps build him up quicker. So, like, for instance, you can play a bunch of season matches. Now, if you want to go back into your Volta with that character, you can gain more experience, because they did say, or they did mention about how you'll be able to build more experience with them and all that. Now, I know a lot of that was kind of centered around the manager mode, but you never know. We might be lucky, we'll throw it into the, your personal character within your own story mode. But everything else besides that, though, what you guys are watching right now is FIFA 19. I just wanted to record this, and like what you guys are seeing now is very different from FIFA 20. You guys won't believe it until you guys get to play it, but I think it was really different. I do like the new format of the gaming physics. It's not so direct, it is more fluid. The only thing I do wish they would bring back is like FIFA 98. When I first started playing this, you were able to check and hit people really hard and hurt them. Now, I know that seems really cynical, but I wish they would bring something like that back. You have more control. I did try that with this game, and it was really hard to obtain 5 red cards real quickly to get the match forfeited. But when you do, though, during the process of getting all those cards, all the cutscenes, every time you received them, were exactly the same. So if you guys were planning to, waste a little bit of time and seeing if they change the commentary, if the cutscenes change, or if anything's different, it's not. It's pretty much like FIFA 19, FIFA 18 was. Now let's go back to the the customization point of your own character. They do a lot. They even include tattoos, which they never did on FIFA 19. They did with Alex Hunter, but not with your actual customizable player that you could play in the career mode. So if that's the same as you get to do in the Volta mode or the Volta experience, then I think that's awesome. Just, small personalization to really make the game what it is. Now, I almost forgot to add the fact that you even get to change your player's type of run, like the way he stances for free kicks, penalties, all that. The running part, though, that was definitely something that definitely caught my attention. I was like, oh, this is pretty awesome. Like, This has never been a thing in any of the other FIFAs. You guys will enjoy these cutscenes that they've made. It's very in depth, and I'm only speaking about the Volta. Again, if it does go into your story mode or career mode, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be great. I remember the FIFA 19, cutscenes during the Alex Hunter and everybody else that was included in that story mode, like his sister and all that. They weren't very long, but these cutscenes are pretty in depth. I didn't get to pick like choice of words or perspectives or attitudes given the scenario, but it was definitely enjoyable to watch and to kind of sit back and see how everything was unfolding, and everyone has real attitudes. I will say you guys are in for a really good treat. The amount of courts that they have for the street ball life is insane. I only thought they were probably going to put maybe 5, 6, but they have plenty of courts that you get to pick from. I didn't even unlock all of them because I've already spent I think in each street ball tournament you have to play like 3 to 5, some of them 6 matches, and I like the ones that were like you have to score 5 goals the first to 10. Those were nice, but the other ones you had to play the full 2 minutes and 30 seconds, 2 halves. Winner takes all. You move on to the next round. Now regarding celebrations, and I guess you can say the other celebrations, like once you win tournaments, in the kickoff they do allow me to try different finals and finales and whatnot, and they definitely changed them. It's subtle, but it is different. I mean, I don't know if they would do more, because I know a lot of the times when we're all playing this game, playing these games, and we're just trying to get through it, or at least trying to grind out like a season. I'm kind of skipping them. Like I watch maybe like 5 to 10 seconds of it, and then I skip it. So I'm not gonna blame them if they didn't really make it more intricate, but they did add a lot of things to it. Maybe I'm being too nice. I don't know about a lot, but they added things to it. So everyone's gonna have their own preference on whether or not they like it. But overall, this is gonna be a good FIFA. It's not exactly a reboot, but in my opinion, this is almost like a reboot or a relaunch to FIFA, meeting all the fields on everyone's level. You have the story, like-minded people. You have the foot players that's all they do for this game. And then you have the career-minded people that want to enjoy the backstory, the backdrop, and everything else that's made FIFA what it was back in like the earlier 2000s and all that. I will note that the customizable player that you guys are going to be able to build in the Volta experience, his backstory is pretty sad. It's touching, which I give FIFA really big props. Like, I feel like this is a really realistic story that a lot of people will probably connect with and enjoy the fact that you're playing a character that's kind of had a rough start to his stardom, and then kind of like a rough background where not everybody's still there. So guys, I'm going to wrap this thing up. I feel like I've kind of talked your ear off enough with all this gibberish about FIFA 20. If there's any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I will answer any of them and all of them, or I'll try to find the answers to them. There is a board or a discussion board that everyone that was selected for the EA closed beta that we go to leave feedback or, fall back into discussions with whatever needs to be said. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching this through. Sorry I couldn't fill you guys in with more things that you might have wanted to hear about FIFA 20. I'm just not trying to have my account banned by EA or anything associated with my account, as I've read through just various websites that have talked about the EA, Sport Games closed beta, that they've banned people's accounts from releasing too much info or screenshots.
I'm amazed, Alan, what we watched, because
I hope this was a nice subtle way to just kind of get you guys ready for
very
FIFA
similar
20
players, very similar,
willing to buy it,
going into the
I can
game,
tell you back then I really wasn't interested in buying
well, it
FIFA
has.
20,
I mean, the
but I
scoreline
will
would
be
suggest
buying
that.
this one.
In open
Well,
play, I
leave a
don't
like,
think there's
guys,
been
subscribe,
much to
let
choose
me know your
between the
thoughts
two,
about
but it's
FIFA
the
20
two
if
sets
you
of
got
strikers that have been the
any
difference. The
opinion
way the
about
winning
it,
side
and
at
I
the
will
moment
talk
has
to you guys
taken
soon.
those
Thank you.
chances.
had a real